It's Madden NFL 23, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints, and it's all up next.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Superdome here in New Orleans. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me as always, Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Saints, Will Lutz has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Get a look at this Seahawk offense as they come out there, and the quarterback brought in as part of that big offseason trade, now in his fourth NFL season, Drew Lock.
It wasn't the easiest of times in Denver for Drew Lock, who was unseated after a single 4-win season as the Broncos starter. The Russell Wilson trade sent him to a fresh start and a starting opportunity with the Seahawks. Maybe the change of scenery is exactly what's needed to bring the potential out of the former second-round pick.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A good start. One play, 10 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Locke's throw into the hands of Lockett. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Penny. Gets by him at the 25. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Block now to throw. Catch is made by Metcalf. Touchdown! DK Metcalf on the receiving end for Drew Lock. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And here come the Saints about to begin their first possession. And the man in charge of this offense, his 8th season now in the NFL, former #1 pick, Jameis Winston.
It was terrible to see Jameis Winston suffer his torn ACL last season because he had the Saints rolling in his first year running the show in New Orleans. They went 5-2 in his starts, and they were just 4-6 after he was injured. And how about this? He only threw 3 interceptions, really addressing the big concern people had from his time as a starter in Tampa. New Orleans, they plan to roll with him for a 2nd season and hope that last year's performance will carry over in a full season.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. The first carry now, this is Alvin Kamara.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Winston on 3rd and 2.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Winston to give, it's Kamara.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 4th down, Winston. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara.
And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Winston.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Inside handoff, Penny. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Oh, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now Locke. This will be caught at about the 6. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Locke exits on 4th down as Seattle sends out Jason Myers from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Myers' kick is good. But wait up now, a flag is down. If this is on the defense, they're going to get the first. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. To throw it is Locke. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Evans. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Back to it after the pick 6. Winston looking long for Thomas. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And 2nd down. From the 36, Winston. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. He's got a man complete. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Winston. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, That's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Well, let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Throwing the out route, and he connects with Fan. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
On third down, Penny. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Deontay Hardy deep for New Orleans. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. First down, Winston. Olave holds it in. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Well, this looks like a roughing call. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Winston now to throw on first down. Olave over the middle. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. To throw again on second down. Winston, he's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered defensively. A disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver, because remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be first and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. Now, a little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
Seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A final shot before half for Locke. And his throw here's incomplete. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everyone to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Seahawks
in that first half. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Saints, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
To throw is Winston. He's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Well, I thought they should have punted before. Now they probably definitely need to punt, right?
Yeah, we did a little mind melding there, didn't we? Because I was wondering, why are you out there if you're not going to punt it in the first place? Now, I don't think they have any choice.
Powers through him. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They look to throw. It's Locke. And his throw is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, but it'll be 2nd down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Locke. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Now in his 4th year, you still have to marvel at the type of athlete that DK Metcalf is. Honestly, unfair to ask some corners to lock this guy down. And as we know, not many can. 75 catches, a career high, 12 touchdowns last season, and a first down with that catch there.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll run it again with Penny. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop it behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the third quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in position to win.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there of 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On play action, Winston looking long for Thomas. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Saints.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that throw, pretty impressive, and even 61 yards through the air.
Blunt's to try to add the PAT. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Locke. Leaves it for Petty. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. Locke now to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Now it's Penny running right. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Locke working out of the gun. This is the tight end, Fant. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. Back now here live in New Orleans. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Penny up the middle. And he is going to lose yardage here. Marcus Davenport brought him down, the UTSA product. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Locke. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 31-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Penny. And some space here. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Rashad Penny, 31 yards. And the Seahawks are able to build on to their fourth-quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that pushes the lead up to 11. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. His throw incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Play fake. Winston. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
And the Saints, first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Off the play fake. Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns.
And the Seahawks will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Locke to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Jameis to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
On 3rd down, Winston. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
That's good for a Saints.
Jameis again.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kamara.
And that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Flush to his right. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 34.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They'll throw again. Winston. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jameis Winston taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Ticks to go. Still time, but they need this onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The handoff, running left is Penny. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Winston readies the offense. Down by a field goal, 1:11 to go. And they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Winston to throw. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now Winston. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this one is incomplete. Thomas the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Winston. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
And this one is right through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Seahawks who are going to get the first crack at things. They'll possess it to start things off here at overtime. And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. That is incomplete. He was out there waving his arm saying throw it here, dropped it, not a good ball.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Penny, the first down carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Penny. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4. Now here's Michael Dixon on for a very important punt here in overtime. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Well, their defense, they did the important thing. They got the stop. They didn't allow a point, but now they're backed up here pretty far, Charles. Going to need a significant drive to try to get into position for the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, partner, don't you think that defense is on the sidelines right now saying, don't come to us with your problems about where you're starting? We did the important part. We kept them off the board, kept us in the ball game. Find a way to maneuver it downfield, at least get into field goal range, and get us a win.
Now the first throw in overtime for Winston. And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just second down. Now Winston. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown, and in a crazy inning, a defensive score wins it. The offenses have success. You could say they've run wild a little bit. Time for the defenses to get into the act, and one does here.
Nothing like a little bit of revenge for the defense. They've had to deal with it all game long. Both offenses going up and down the field. How about it when they take the ball away and take it to the other end zone?
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.